Thank you for choosing our Patio Heat channel. I'm Steve. We provide tips and information to extend the enjoyment of your patio project. Our videos give you a knowledgeable overview prior to investing in your outdoor heating equipment. Whether you are a professional or owner-builder, we provide specific details for optimum heat coverage for your application. Post a comment or question, or for developed visual designs, send your request into designs@patioheat.com. We're here to work with you. For over 30 years, patio heating is the bedrock of our business, expressing what works best. Now let's get heating. All right, so we're going to talk about some possible modifications needed for a deck mount, and also some things that you could do when you install the post into the deck mount. So let's go right into that. First of all, we're going to go into some of the dimensions. You can see the deck mount here is 7 3/4 of an inch in height from the bottom edge to the top edge here. We have 5 inches over here from left to right. We also have this outside edge here. Here we go, at 5 1/2 inch. So from this point here to the outside edge of this point here, it's not counting the distance of this bolt here, but that right there is 5 1/2 inches. The inside edge is 5 1/4, and I think that's about it. So you can see that this drop here is just 1 inch, but that is included in this 7 3/4 inch that I had mentioned before. So that's about it for dimensions. Now the post that this particular installation might be using is the same post that they use for the underground vault box. So here's the underground vault box, and you can see that the post itself is 7 1/4 of an inch in height. From the inside of this, I'm going to go ahead and just move this for a minute. Let's go with just 6 inches here. So from the inside edge of the post itself to the bottom edge here is that 7 feet 1/4 inch. Let's go ahead and put that back here now. This is called a slip collar, and so the slip collar basically just goes up and down on the collar here to attach. What it allows you to do is bring this down, attach the gas line to the heater head itself, and then bring it back up. And that's a 6 inch height on the slip collar itself. So what you can see here is with the underground vault box and the deck mount, so we have the deck boards here going across left to right here at the same elevation as this here, but you can see the heater is much higher, so that could be an issue. So there's a couple of things that you could do. Number one, you can see that I have the deck mount installed so that it is at the very top edge of the cross member beams here, and I have those cross member beams here at 12 inches in height. Now that might not be true, so that might be the only way that you can do it. Again, that 7 1/4 inches, 7 3/4 inch height is very important. But let's just say that you wanted to hide this here. Let me go back into this. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and just grab all of these, and let's just move this down to that bottom edge here. And so that change is only 4 inches, 4 1/4 inch that we can really do. So that's not the same height again as this unit up here. I didn't connect that down, so let's just pull that 4 3/4. Or was it 4 1/4? There we go. Sorry about that. Let me attach this here and just make that a group for right now. Okay, so what we could do, in fact, we're just going to change this all back up to what it was before. So I have this deck mount itself back into the location here, and let's go ahead and look at what else we can do, which is, let's just say we were to drop or cut the actual heater post at the bottom edge. So I'm going to actually measure from this point here to this point right here. Let's get, so it's exact, so that's 7 inches of a drop, and I think that's proper. And in any case, you can see here at 7 inches of a drop, we're obviously beyond the stop point of the deck mount. So what we could do is just simply cut the post, and I'm going to actually push the post just to make it a little bit quicker here. I'm going to push that up 7 inches, and so it'd be like cutting this bottom edge down 7 inches here. And now we're at the proper height using the same post as the flush mount. The only other issue that we can see here is that with the deck mount here, cutting the bottom down here, now you can see that our gas line is penetrating here. So what you would have to do is when you lower this heater into the deck mount itself, you know, first of all, you allow the gas line to slip through this edge here, and then what you would want to do is physically just to rotate the heater itself. So go from, let's see if we can find the center point here, and we'll go ahead and go from the top here. So I have a little marker up here, so we'll go from that center point and just turn it, you know, 15, 20, 30 degrees, something like that. And now you can see that our gas line isn't penetrating this lock position here. Now this flexible line is flexible, so you know it can bend and twist on this section here, but you can't have this section of it right on top of the locking point here. So something just to think about: you drop the heater in, you twist it before you let it go all the way down, and then you drop it into this internal component or position here. Now you can see that I'm physically not in the right position. That's probably because of how I twisted it, but in any case, that's what you would do. And then of course this is designed to you loosen up this nut, tighten up this bolt, tighten up the nut again, and that locks this post into place. So that's about it. So you can also see here I just made a 8-inch cut over here. That would be so that if you were to imagine only having 8 inches, you could still use this 7 3/4 inch height. Another thing I just want to talk about is the physical deck itself. What a lot of people do is they will put kind of like this keyhole opening up here, and sometimes what I see happen is, you know, if I was to just turn this back and put it back up where it goes, let's just go right up here. You know, what they'll do is they will allow this to slide up and down through this, and then they'll replace this piece of deck with another one when the heater's post is not physically in use. So that would cover up the whole hole, but you do definitely need to make sure that this hole is covered when the post is not installed. So let's see if there's anything else I would like to talk about. The other thing, you may have noticed that the angle here, I've changed that slightly. The reason I changed that slightly is because that not all boards are perfectly straight, and so one way that you could straighten out the deck mount itself is by taking a washer and taking that washer and, you know, placing it between the bolt down here. So like in this situation here, you know, the angle is to the left here, slightly to the left. So what you would do is you would take this bolt or this washer and place it somewhere, you know, more like this on the inside edge here behind the actual deck mount, taking up that space over here, and that will help keep the post in a vertical surface, or plumb, you might say, and or, you know, put two, one here and one up here if that is required as well. So Just depends on, you know, how that board physically is shaped. Is it bent to the right, or is it bent to the left? Or if it's straight, that's great. Another thing too is, you know, if you're looking for an exact position and this board isn't in that exact position, having a another board come across here and then just moving the deck mount itself. Let's just change this angle real quick. So if I was just to change this angle at roughly 90 degrees here, and then place it on this board here, we'll go here to here, and then, you know, we can maneuver that deck mount left to right, as well as if we needed to move this board from, you know, left to right here, we could actually move that as well, and that would help support the heater in the right location that you're actually going for. Let's say that you had a measurement from over here of, let's say, 10 feet, and this would only be 9 feet, something of that nature, and you wanted it right there. That would be another way to position the deck mount in the right position by, you know, moving this board and the deck mount into the actual area that you're truly looking at putting the heater in. So let's see if there's anything else. One other thing is that you do need access to the shutoff valve here, and by having a board that you know, simply lifts, some people will put like a little finger hole in this board. This is, you know, go ahead and do that. You know, if we were to place a little 1/4 inch finger hole, something of that nature, and then just open that up, that allows you to, you know, put your finger in here, lift this board up, and get access to that shut-off gas line. Or in some cases, this is a deck mount that is accessible underneath. Let's say it's a raised deck or something of that nature, and you have access this way underneath. That's fine as well, but you just need to make sure that you are aware of the access to the shutoff on the gas line and the quick connect here. This is a quick connect. The hose just snaps into this quick connect area, and you would turn the valve on when in use and off when not in use. So, all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not support our channel unless we receive a thumbs up from you, our viewers. We appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have an excellent day.